Hello students, I welcome you all to Current Affair Lectures by Azad ICS Academy, and today we are going to look into current affairs of 24th of April 2025. So before we look into the current affairs, we'll also see what are the important question that we saw yesterday. Okay, what is the name of the new trade route opening in the Arctic due to melting of ice? See, we have to understand that in around 1900s we had a very good treaty with Arctic. Okay, and we have to understand that China is also building something which is called as One Belt Road Initiative, right? So hence what is going to be very important here is that because Arctic Circle is melting, we are going to have a new sea trade route that's called Northern Sea Route, and this will have a very good connectivity especially between Europe and Asia. So instead of depending on China's One Belt and Road Initiative, I think we have to, make sure that the trade becomes more easier with the help of northern sea routes, because as Arctic Circle is going on melting, right? So we need to make sure that we are having a very good bilateral relations with USA and Russia instead of just over depending or bypassing the over dependence on China. So this is what we have discussed yesterday's class. We have seen that, okay, the new sea route is going to open and how it's going to help us in our trade. So today, let us see the important topic that we have. We all are aware about this, that a terror attack in India has happened, okay, in Pahalgam, and 26 people are being dead. Okay, that was announced major against, we have to take a lot of measure against Pakistan. So one of that is terror hit India passes Indus Pact with Pact. So let us see. We'll see it is put on hold. The Indus Water Treaty that was there is now going to be put on hold. Let us see what it is supposed to be done. So Indus had decided to hold to 1960 Indus Water Treaty with Pakistan in a by response to Pahalgam attack. So we are now going to, stop this. Right. So attack check post closed with immediate effect. Pakistan nationals hold Indian visas told to return by May, declare military advisors in the Pakistani High Commission to Delhi as a non person data. So I will tell you what is it all about. We are not going to go in details of all what is mentioned over here. I'll tell you what is it in proper manner. Okay. First thing is India has decided to hold the 1960s. So in 1960, we had something called as Indus Water Treaty. Okay. Now this is not going to be continued anymore. Okay, because of what has happened so far, right? So Indus Water Treaty with Pakistan, now that will be especially kept on hold because in response to the Pahalgam terror attack that has happened. Okay, this is a part of programmed response by Chief Cabinet Committee on Security, chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. So who has, decided this? So this decision is being taken by what? It is taken by the Cabinet Committee on Security. We all have cabinet committees. I hope all of you have discussed this. We have different types of cabinet committees. Out of that, one of the cabinet committee that we have is Cabinet Committee of Security, and the head of this is Prime Minister. So this information or this particular decision is being taken by them, and this is one of the responses that we are taking up. Okay. Other measures include closure of border check, cancellation of special visas, and declaring Pakistani defense staff person non grata. That means we are not going to give them any kind of recognition. So it will also see these are the things that we are, further doing it. We are closing out all the checkposts immediately from May 1. Okay, indicating that the Pakistan nationals holding Indian visa will have to return by this date. So people who are Pakistanis in our country right now, all of them who have visa have to go back by May 1st. Okay, after that, they will not be, they'll be prosecuted or they'll not be treated very correctly, is what this shows basically. So anybody who has Pakistani visa in India, okay, or Indian visa here, who are Pakistanis, they have to go back. Okay, this is another thing that we have to understand. Apart from this, what you have to understand here is further the Pakistan nationals will not be permitted to travel under SAC visa exempted scheme. So we have special visas. Okay, if you belong to SARC countries, they can come to India. There is a special visa that basically is being given, but that kind of visa say you cannot come to India. This is what they are trying to tell us. Okay, so this is another thing. Now, all Pakistani nationals holding Indian visa must exit by May 1st, and Indian diplomats in Islamabad will be recalled. All the diplomatic people who are sitting in Pakistan will also be coming back to India, right? Now, this is about what is happening in the current situation. So 5 things that are happened. First thing is Indus Water Treaty is cancelled. The special visas are being cancelled. They'll not be able to come to India. The check post is being closed. Apart from this, the people who are in India, who are Pakistanis, who are having Indian visas, have to go back, and all the nationals of Indian nationals will be called back. So these are some of the things that they are basically doing. Now we'll see, understand background and context. Okay, see, the Indus Valley Treaty was signed in 1930, brokered by World Bank. Okay, so this was, it was, there was kind of World Bank who had interfered here as well. Okay, granting exclusive use of eastern water rivers and western waters. Eastern waters, all the rivers which are there in the eastern part will belong to India. All the rivers that are belonging to western part will belong to Pakistan, with regulated exceptions. The treaty had survived multiple wars and crises, seeing the cornerstone of India-Pakistan cooperation. The decision comes after the Pahalgam terror attack, killing 26 civilians with allied linked trace of Pakistan operative or based operatives. So basically, we are understanding that, okay, this killings have happened because of the Pakistan-based operative, and that is the reason why we are feeling that, okay, there should be some kind of, what you mean to say, uh, terror attack. So hence this kind of thing is happened. Now, India's 5 responses. What are the 5 responses? Please make sure about these 5 responses. First is suspension of Indus Water Treaty. Second is closure of this particular check post. Okay. And then we have cancellation of special visas. That is, if you belong to SAARC countries, you can come to India with the special visa. That is also being cancelled. Withdrawal of Indian officials from Pakistan, declaring Pakistani defense attached, or anybody who is, person, they will be not created as, they'll be, created as non-grata, or they will not be treated properly. Okay. Indian Pakistani nationals in India must return within the deadline or face legal consequences. Indian mission in Islamabad has reduced diplomatic strength about 45%. So they are all reducing these things. Okay. Now, strategic policy and legal economic implications. Suspension of Indus Water Treaty makes a historic shift in Indian approach to water diplomacy as leveraged. Many may lead to international arbitrations or escalation and bilateral tension, impact the cross-border people-to-people contact, okay, and may pressurize Pakistan on terror accountability, but risk reliability measures. So see, nothing much is going to happen if we are having this Indus Water Treaty stopped. Only thing is there could be some kind of tension in the international level, but that can be handled. But we cannot handle something such as, 26 national civilians, being killed and for no reason. So this is something that cannot be accepted. But yes, some kind of bilateral tensions can be somehow accepted, right? India stands or way forward. What we have to understand here is India emphasizes on reassumption of treaty cooperation depending on dismantle of terror infrastructure by Pakistan. May use this pause to review hydroelectric. So if we are not sending the water to Pakistan, if we are having a lot of water in India, hold it. Maybe we can think about new hydroelectric power plants. Something like that can be done. Okay. So what are the challenges that we have? So obviously Pakistan would seek readdress from World Bank or UN mechanism. Okay. But anyways, we can also put in our measure saying that there has been attack by Pakistanis. That is a different story, right? Apart from this, escalation could affect the bilateral arrangements that we have, the arrangements that we have, bilateral arrangements that we have between India and Pakistan, that can become worse. That is especially LOC trade or prisoner exchange and regional diplomacy, all that could get affected, right? So these are some of the things that we have to take care when it comes to, India-Pakistan relations. Now, what we have is next important topic that we have here is regarding the air pollution in India. I want all of you to, this diagram is there available on the Hindu newspaper, but still I will explain what is mentioned in this. Okay, they are talking about what kind of air pollution, what are the different sources of air pollution. Again, this is a very important question or important topic that we have here, right? So I will explain this in detail because here in the Hindu analysis, they're asking you to look at the chart. Okay. So if you look at the chart, you can see sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, and black carbon, methane. Studies have shown ammonia also, and non-methane volatile components, or such as the things like ozone and small particulate matters, etc. So these are the things we have. So I will explain each one of them. Okay. Now, first thing that we have is India's reported how much? 1.05, okay, million premature deaths. And that was in 2021. And this is only because of air pollution. So this is a very important, serious issue that people are dying or the premature deaths are happening because of air pollution. Okay. Point number 1, highlighting a severe public health crisis. Energy production is largest Okay, contributor. So yeah, so energy production is the largest contributor. So where is the air pollution coming? The first thing that we have to understand is the energy production. I hope all of you understand what is the meaning of energy production. That is, if we are generating electricity or something like that. Energy production is the largest contributor of the air pollution. This is something that we need to understand, especially largest contributor of sulfur dioxide, and that is something which is causing air pollution. Okay. Now, transport leads to this is leading, and I mean, energy is leading to this, and we have transportation. So we all have seen there is a lot of vehicles that are there. Transportation is leading to nitrogen oxides and major contribution of black carbon also, and methane. Agriculture is largest emitter. So agriculture, from agriculture we are going to get methane, right? And then from building and domestic fuels, we are going to get non-methane volatile compounds and black carbon, right? Now we have to understand the background here. Air pollution is a complex mix of air gases, especially fossil fuels. No, air pollution is not just because of one thing, it's because of many things, because there is complex mixture of mixes of gases, like fossil fuels, burning of biomass, then we have transportation, industrial process, etc. Now, how is it going to impact human beings? That is very, very important. What we have to understand, it impacts the respiratory and the cardiovascular health, reducing the crop yield and escalating climate change as well. So these are all the things that we all are aware of, right? Now, what we have to understand is this: there are different types of, let me just clear everything. There are different types of pollutants. As per, this is the data as per 2022. As per this data, the first one that we have here is sulfur dioxide. Okay. Now, sulfur dioxide, top source of this particular sulfur dioxide is energy. And this is one of the reasons why air pollution is highest, or this is the highest thing that is contributing to the air pollution, right? Then we have second important thing, that is nitrogen oxides. It could be nitrogen dioxide. X means it could be one to anything. Nitrogen dioxide, nitrogen oxides, anything. So this here is coming from, again, transportation. And then we have black carbon, the normal black carbon that is coming up. This is coming from building construction, especially, or buildings. Then we have methane. It's also called CH4, methane, right? And this is coming from agriculture. And then we have ammonia. Ammonia is also coming from agriculture. And then we have sixth one, that is non-methane volatile compounds. Okay, non-methane volatile organic compounds. So this is basically coming again from buildings, okay, and other things. So urgent need of multi-sector pollution control. So what we have to understand is that there should be some kind of urgent need. These are the sources. This is the source of air pollution. This is what is mentioned in this particular article. Okay, if you read this article, this is what you will understand. So here you can see nitrogen oxides by emission sector, carbon by emission sector. This is what is being shown, and here they are showing you the sulfur oxide by emission sector, etc. So this is what is being shown here in this particular thing, that there are six compounds. I have told you these are the six compounds, and how, which is the largest, I have told that as well over here, right? And now I'm telling you the top ones, you can do the other ones as well, right? So urgent need for multi-sectoral pollution control. So what we have to do is, how can we reduce this? We have to make sure that there is an urgent need of multi-sectoral pollution control. We have to make sure that the power, transport, wastage, agriculture, etc. is being taken care of. Now, transport and energy forms, we need to make sure that we have electrical vehicles, and we have discussed very, I think 2-3 days behind that, Narendra Modi ji is having talks with Elon Musk, to come up with this electrical vehicles, right? We have discussed about this as well, Starlink and Apple, I think. So these things we have already discussed in the previous lectures. Have a look at it as well. So here, that was going to help us in reducing the pollution, because electrical vehicles, renewable resources, public transport can curb these two things. Okay. Now, apart from this, agricultural interventions, or we need to make sure that there are alternate drying for rice, and need to control methane, right? India must also revisit its air quality norms as well. Okay, so how can we strengthen this? Obviously, we need to make sure that the national clean energy program that we have should also include regions such as rural air quality index, etc. And real-time monitoring should be done. So these are some of the things that India can basically do. Now here you may expect a question from prelims point of view as well. Let us see the question that we have for today. Which sector was the largest contributor of sulfur dioxide emission in 2022? I have been very clearly mentioning about this. So the answer is what? Try to identify this, put it in the comment section. If you have any doubts, please put that also in the comment section. And if you have any suggestions, please let me know. Thank you so much.